What it is, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ness, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is your source for all things Neo Geo and video games. And today, not Mission Neo Geo, Tiberius is still on vacation, and I've been working like a crazy madman behind the scenes at work, so apologies for not posting as much as normal. But today I thought I would share with you just, what I do on a casual weekend when I have some free time to go out game hunting and looking for accessories, and then things that I order over time and some of the additional hobbies that I like to partake in. Today we first start our journey at Founded Electronics, and down below I'll drop addresses for all the locations and stores that I went to here in the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area here in Texas. Okay, so we're at Founded Electronics right now, and we have lots of good Neo Geo stuff. Magician Lord, Sengoku 2. We got Samurai Showdown 4, we got a Robo Army, a couple of pocket games, we got some MVS Rage of Dragons. So as you can see, Founded Electronics had one great game, and that was Super Sidekicks 2. Now to Founded Electronics for this beauty here. So we finally have Super Sidekicks 2 on Neo Geo, and there is a little bit of wear on top of the insert here, but other than that, and then a small piece here, so it's not mint. Happy about that. And then let's take a look at the cart here. And the cart is in really solid shape. Now looking at the previous footage from a video quite a few years ago that I made, I purchased my copy from Founded Electronics when I was still a young collector and still going through, a lot of my common games. They had made a post on Instagram a couple of weeks back, and I just so happened to notice that game was sitting there. I was like, hey, I didn't see that last time I was there, so I went down to check it out. And the condition was much better than the version I had purchased a couple of years ago. All right, so the new version of Super Sidekicks is here. All right, so off rip, you still got a little bit of whitening here. Shout out to Founded Electronics because I was able to do a condition upgrade on my previous Super Sidekicks 2 that I purchased from them. So insert is in much better shape than the previous version that you just saw. It's still a little bit of whitening on the top, but overall the case is in good shape. So let's go ahead and take a look. Manual upgrade, or actually I think this is the original one that I had, but manual looks good. The cart is in excellent shape, and the board's there. So play on. Since we got World Cup, I think it's time for a football game, or soccer for us in the US, to make its appearance. It would definitely be a good time for that, for sure, for all our World Cup fans out there that are watching, or that have been watching over the last couple of months or last couple of weeks. So yeah, condition upgrade on Super Sidekicks 2 looks really good. Very pleased with this one. So I was able to do some trades and condition upgrade on that game. Shout out to Found Electronics for that, and it was great to have a much polished version of that game. So next we go visit my buddy Curtis at CGX, and CGX is a longtime friend of the channel, just like Found Electronics. These are the two main video game stores that I frequently visit, and I get to chat with the staff, etc. But Curtis is a good friend of mine, so I appreciate him for letting me record as usual in the store. But when I happened to go in there a couple of weeks back, I noticed that they had some 8-bit DOE controllers. This is exactly what I was coming for. They've gone up, because they're rent plus all the action, what do you call it, all the When I finally decided to go visit, well, they only had one. They had Kyo from King of Fighters 97, and there was a Mai Shiranui controller, but I missed it just by a day. Someone had picked up the controller just the day before, so it was rather unfortunate for me to miss out, because I had planned on picking up both of those for the collection. And for those of you that don't know, if you watched one of my past videos a couple of weeks back, or about a month or so now at this point, at the time of this video, well, 8-bit DOE discontinued the Neo Geo wireless controllers for the Neo Geo. You know, our only way now of really getting hands on those controllers is when PlayOn releases their controllers when the AES Plus comes out in November. Moving on, we found ourselves at games, cards, and collectibles.
Future Ness here. Collectibles, cards, plus games. Get it right, past Ness. That's all.
It looks like they had a Neo Geo AES console, and they had a couple of MVS titles. That Rage of Dragons was there, and we also saw Breakers on Dreamcast. So it's actually kind of cool to see that, you know, it's probably not as normal for some of you in your local areas to see Neo Geo related stuff, but I tend to see it, you know, on my journeys, depending on what stores I go to. If I go out of town, I may happen to stop in a, you know, video game store, and a lot of times I end up finding games. And do I need those games? No, but it's always nice to see that there's some more variety out there that's not just the casual Sega Nintendo. So cool to see. We finally received our collector's edition package from BitMap Books, and we got the Fatal Fury edition. So I'm gonna take you through that footage real quick and just, you know, high overview. I'm not gonna go through any pages or anything like that, but it is a phenomenal book to add to the collection, especially for my book collectors that love Neo Geo. If you've seen the King of Fighters book or the Metal Slug series that they've done at their books, definitely check that out. It's a great read, great artwork and pages to look through, and some great history.
That looks amazing. You know, I'm a sucker for artwork, y'all. Hence, y'all seen my wall. We hope you enjoy your book. Leave a product review for 5% off your next purchase at BitMap Books. Okay. We'll open that momentarily. But let's get to the main. I love this packaging, by the way. BitMap, good job on the package. It's like I'm opening a Christmas present right here. Look at that. Oh, got the seals on the back here. Okay, we're gonna crack this open. Now look, y'all. Oh man, look at that. Okay, I hit the switch on the back, which is a little power button there. So let's Let's see how this goes. Let's see if you can hear that. All right, let's try that. Okay, power geyser. Was that it? Okay. Okay. Everything works. I was like, okay, what's going on? But yeah, everything works there. Briefly, I'm going to take out the book. I won't spoil it for those of you that are getting the book. I'm not going to open all the pages and all that good stuff. But, you know, another day in another life of a Neo Geo collector. I absolutely love this cover. Oh my gosh. And for those of you that don't know which Fatal Fury this came from, I happen to have a sealed copy of Fatal Fury 2 on Neo Geo CD. So, as you can see, both artworks match up very nicely. Yep. I've had this one for a while, so it's in pretty decent shape. But, yep. Sealed copy of that. So that looks really nice there. Looks really good. And let me double check. Here we are with another Fatal Fury 2. And this one, as you can tell, has some wrinkles in it. That is not the insert, that is the actual plastic around the case, but it's sealed. This one's a sealed copy of Fatal Fury 2. I've had this one for a couple of years now, so this one was found in a warehouse, and it was not kept in a AC controlled environment, so that's why you see the warping on the cover of the plastic. But the insert itself looks in really good shape. Just a little bit of whitening here, but yeah. So we've got the Fatal Fury 2 cover across the BitMap book, the Neo Geo CD, and the Neo Geo AES. So super cool to see that. Awesome.
Outside of video games, I'll be honest, I'm a obsessive compulsive. So what I mean by that is generally when I hop into a new hobby, I deep dive into the research until I become proficient enough to know what I'm looking at, looking for, etc. I'm not going to call myself an expert or a master, but I dive deep into it. My friends and family know this very well, that I am obsessive compulsive when it comes to my hobbies. You know, if I go bowling, I have to get a ball, and I've got to get shoes and a bag, and I've got to learn how to play, and I've got to go practice all the time, and I get entrenched into it. Video games are no different, but because I've been in video games for so many years, it's kind of blanketed across my time, so it's a little bit different. But I did get into 3D printing. So many of you that have seen a couple of posts here or there where I've printed some signs and things like that, I'm going to show you what I've been working on behind the scenes. Now, is it perfect by any means? No, I'm still an amateur at this, and I'm still learning. But I did design this Terry Bogard action figure, or chibi action figure, should I say, that still needs a little bit of work, but I wanted to do the test to see how well I could do if I designed my own 3D render, which is exactly what I did.
All right, back with the H2D. I've got some filament running in here. So what is this? This is from Inland. So I got this from, actually here's the full setup here. Got a lot of filament here and a lot of boxes that I've torn through. I'm still waiting for all my storage stuff to come in. Horrible, taking forever, Amazon. The legs. So this is a test print. So we've got the little Terry Bogard print here. Arm looks pretty good. I need to make some minor corrections to the speed. The legs turned out really good. So I made this design myself. This was not on Maker World or anywhere else. No one else is doing something like this that I could see from a Neo Geo standpoint. So we'll find out. 3 days 3.5 days this thing's gonna take to finish, and I got 20 more hours to go. I kind of wish this was a little bit more red, but I picked a different filament. But so far, it's looking pretty cool. Still needs a lot of work. The chest didn't fill all the way in, so I think I had some errors in the model, but otherwise, that's the top layer. And then of course I didn't do the Fatal Fury, it was already like that in the model, but had to glue his hair back. No star on the back of the vest, but good first attempt. Good first attempt.
I had the right filament, but I decided to change it up, and I didn't want to waste filament for certain colors just in case I got it right. Then I could go back and reprint this. But I need to go back to the drawing board a little bit. And as you can see, what do you think? I know I know it's not perfect. I know I could have did better. These are things that I'm just learning behind the scenes, so I will get better. Once I have a perfected version of this design done, I will showcase a full print, fast-tracked, and I'll show it on the channel at a future date. And then of course, my big tournament golf, I decided to do kind of like a piece of the game coming out of an AES cartridge. So for the future, you know, I had the big golf ball and the big tournament golf. What I would like to do is kind of have maybe a character pop out of the cartridge, make the cartridge actually a little bit larger so I can make it like a wall art and have it here in the game room, which would kind of be kind of cool. And if I can design it right, I'd actually want to start designing different kinds of games that protrude from the cartridge, like they're ripping out of the cartridge, having like characters from the game rip out of the cartridge and kind of give that appeal, that effect from an AES cartridge, kind of give that bigger, badder, better feel to it, and then have those on display in my game room. So that's something I'm kind of working through, but I'm just doing these smaller piece size styles of creations right now until I can get, you know, until I can get good at this. So it's a work in progress, but it's been fun. So that's what's been keeping me busy behind the scenes. As you can see, I'm still here, I'm still around. Be on the lookout. We'll have some future videos coming back with Tiberius and myself and going through the final list of games that we should expect on PlayOn's first top 10 list that we should be seeing in November. And we'll be going through and doing reviews over those games here pretty soon. Maybe one day we'll get to a point to where I can dedicate, you know, more 90 to, you know, 100% of my time dedicated to YouTube. So we'll see how that goes. Have you found Neo Geo games in your local area? How many of you are excited for the AES Plus? I mean, I know at this point there's tons of you that have reached out to me and told me that you are super excited for this, to the point that many of you have gone out and bought first print games and you didn't even have the console yet. You bought the game and didn't even get the console. Like, what are we doing? Like, y'all are super excited. But hey, I'm not gonna knock it. You got the games, and now we're just looking forward to the console when it drops in November. So that will be fine. And as it goes, how many of you are into 3D printing? Can you drop me some tips and tricks down below? I would love to hear about it. And for those of you that are big book collectors when it comes to BitMap games and BitMap Books, how many of you have acquired one of these Fatal Fury books? Or maybe you have the King of Fighters and the Metal Slug series. Would love to hear about it. And as always, collect and play the way you want to collect and play your games. And I'll see you soon. Peace.